Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and welcome back to another skin ranking video. We've ranked Mercy skins, and we've ranked Genji skins, and now we're ranking this guy's skins. This little guy's skin, and his name is Reaper! Reaper is one of my favorite characters in Overwatch, but it's not really due to his toolkit, but rather because of his classic design. I mean, whenever you have a cool design hero like Reaper, it just really catches my eye because it's someone that I can relate to, both dead on the outside and dead on the inside. So I figured with Reaper's brand new DUSK skin with the Code of Violence event, now would be the best time to rank every single Reaper skin in Overwatch. And as always for these ranking videos, my list is going to be different than your list, so comment down below what your favorite edgy boy skin is. So for all my broke Reaper mains out there that are still rocking a rare skin, we got you covered because we're still going to be including the rare skins, which goes Moss, Midnight, Royal, and the Bloodshot Red Reaper skin. I actually like that Blood Reaper skin, but you wouldn't caught me dead rocking it though. But beginning our list, almost dead last on this Reaper skin list is a skin that takes away from the class design and completely ruins it, all just with one color swap, and this of course is Desert Reaper. Reaper has a dope classic design. I mean, an all black cloak with a hood and a bone white mask, giving him a desert camo look. I mean, there's no point to it. I would rather pay no money than pay 250 credits to look like this. And the same exact thing can be said for the skin at the number 19 spot, which might surprise some of y'all, BLACKWATCH REYES. I absolutely hate this skin. Everything about this legendary skin is a complete downgrade from your classic skin. So this doesn't make me want to buy the collector's edition or the Origins edition or however you got this skin, because no, I don't want to look like this. I don't want to pay money to look like a basic NPC character. But coming in next at the 18th spot is a forgotten skin, mainly just because it was a week 3 challenge skin, but this of course is Imperial Guard Reaper. Coming with the Year of the Ox event, this of course was a week 3 challenge skin that you had to get by winning 9 games during that week alone. Now Imperial Guard, it's not a terrible looking skin. I do like the take on his mask and change it to like a more like traditional Chinese face mask, but in comparison to something like Pink Reaper, which literally gets death threats sent to the social media managers on Overwatch Twitter, Imperial Guard doesn't stand even close in comparison to limited time skins. But at the 17th spot, we got possibly a controversial pick because this skin just came out this week, and this is DUSK Reaper. Now, in case you're watching this after the Code of Violence update, this was a limited time skin in Overwatch that was only available for 2 weeks. Of course, this was inspired from the lore comic story featuring Reaper and just the whole talent organization. Now, the lore aspect of the skin is really cool, but it's the in-game skin that we all really care about at the end of the day, and it's not like this is a terrible looking Reaper skin. Maybe it's just one of those skins that has to grow on me over time. I mean, it's only been available for like, what, 5 days by the time I'm recording this. I mean, I do like how they still give him the Reaper-esque design with the hood and the bone white mask, but it's not like Reaper. He doesn't look like this undead Grim Reaper character. He just looks like a guy that's really angry at the world with a white face mask and like those like things that help you breathe. Like it looks like he has asthma or something. Plus, I also don't like his guns. Like it reminds me of BLACKWATCH REYES, and you guys know I don't like this skin, but I do like the fact that they didn't just remove his mask, because a lot of Reaper skins that just remove the mask don't really end up high on the list, with the exception of one. Now at 16, we got a skin that you think I would be biased towards, but Reaper just has so many dope skins. But American Reaper is gonna be coming in pretty low on the list. Now, of course, hey, I'm American. I love me some American skins. I mean, American Cole Cassidy, that's one of the best epic skins in all of Overwatch. But the only problem that I have with American Reaper is the gun design. See, if you have the gold camo equipped on American Cole Cassidy, the whole revolver is golden, with the exception of the grip where you can still see the American flag's true colors, red, white, and blue. And with American Reaper, the whole entire gun is golden. That's the only problem I have with this skin. If it showcased the red and white stripes and had blue stars on the guns, easily top 10, because the rest of the Reaper skin, it's a great take on the American flag colors with the classic Reaper design. Plus, I love the shiny reds that you see on his arms and his back coat, but the guns is what kills it for me. Now at 15, I reluctantly put my first legendary Reaper skin very low on the list, but just goes to show he has lots of cool skins. El Blanco is a great take on what a mariachi Mexican-American skin would look like for Reaper. The transition from a typical Grim Reaper mask to a traditional Mexican sugar skull is amazing, with the sombrero and mariachi guitar on the back to really emphasize that he is Mexican-American, but like an undead Mexican-American mariachi band member is sick. Plus, the clothes are amazing. Like, the more I look at the skin, the more I wonder, like, why is this so low? But again, Reaper just has so many cool legendary skins that something had to be at the 15th spot, and I do feel like because it is a base legendary skin, skin, while it's one of the better base legendary skins in comparison to a lot of the original Heroes legendary skins, it still gets beat out by the later legendary skins that were released throughout Overwatch's life. And at 14, we have El Blanco's other Mariachi band member, conveniently named, well, Mariachi. The only reason why Mariachi beats out El Blanco is because this was the black version of the base legendary skin set, which is a very common theme of all of the legendary skins for the time. An all black skin you can never go wrong with, but especially for Reaper, like that's his iconic look, is an all black skin with a white mask. For the unlucky number, it's fitting that we have an unlucky skin in the form of Plague Doctor. What really sells me on this skin has got to be the guns. The guns having this raven skull on top of it with the eyes also burning the same color as Reaper's eyes, but on top of that with the gold camo not replacing the bone color just sells me on this gold gun for Reaper, which is probably why Reaper was such a popular pick back in 2016, because you had so many cool skins to choose from. But now coming from the anniversary event and taking the 12th spot is a skin that I also see a lot of people forget about, which is Masquerade Reaper. Now obviously there are people that love this skin, probably because this is the only Reaper skin that they have, but I have a few issues with Masquerade. First issue is that this isn't a true depiction of the Masquerade skin that we saw from the Masquerade comic. The second reason why I don't like the skin, other than just the untrue depiction, is that he looks so like big and buff. It almost feels like the skin is paid to lose, because it seems like the hitbox is a lot bigger with this puffy red board. Like you have this big giant red target in front of you, it's gonna be a little bit easier to hit. Now obviously it's not paid to lose. All the skin's hitboxes, no matter what the skin design is depicted true to like the classic design, but it just feels a little bit weird whenever I see this on the enemy team. But now barely missing the top 10 is a skin that a lot of people forget is cool, and this is Reaper's classic skin. Yes, classic beats out Plague Doctor, yes, it beats out Mariachi, and it most certainly beats out Black Race. And why is that? Because it's a guy with dual wield shotguns that was inspired from the Grim Reaper with a deep, dead-like voice. How can that not attract you to this hero? Because at one point, it did. When you first loaded up Overwatch and you're looking through the hero gallery at all these candy-colored heroes trying to decide who you were gonna main, you probably thought Reaper was a candidate because of his classic design. It wasn't Rat King, it wasn't Lubu, it wasn't Pumpkin Reaper that drew you to this character. It was classic, because this is a classic hero design that can work in any kind of video game. Giving a guy an all-black skin with a bone mask is always gonna draw attention to all the 13-year-olds, or probably 13-year-olds, but that's when you bought Overwatch, was when you were 13 years old. Now, cracking into the top 10, we got something that might contradict my take on what skin design should be, but we got White Reaper, the complete opposite of what Reaper's classic skin is. An all white skin with a white hood, and unlike a bone white mask, we got a chrome finish. Now, I have gone on record saying that all black skins are better than all white skins. I mean, take Mariachi and El Blanco for an example on this list alone, but when you add blood to the claws of the Grim Reaper character and you completely contrast the color palette, I mean, come on now. That's so cool. If Reaper's classic skin design had blood on his claws, easily top 5, because, well, he's a deadly character, but that's a little design that I really like with this epic skin. Now, here is the second and only skin to feature Reaper without a mask, and this is Reaper's Soldier 24 skin. Coming from the Archives event was a callback to Reaper's younger days, and boy, does he look younger and sexy. If it wasn't for Soldier's 24's pretty demeanor, this skin would easily be bottom 5. I don't like his guns, I don't like his hero design from the neck down, but his face. His pretty face with a facial hair and cool looking hair. It almost looks like my hair when I used to have my brown hair, but he looks pretty in the face, everything else just looks ugly. Now at number 8, we got one of my all-time favorite epic skins in Overwatch with HELLFIRE Reaper. And what's not to love about this skin? Bringing a tailor from the pits of hell and designing a skin for Reaper sounds amazing on paper, but in execution, boy, it's even better. You have his skin, the core of Reaper, the most dense part of this boy, now is molten lava with fire coming out of his mask, and his mask no longer is bone white, but rather a chrome devil mask fit with horns. But then you got the classic Reaper hood with a cape that is also molten core inspired, and then you also have cracks of lava seen in his gun and his body. Ooh, this skin is hot. Literally, it's hot. And for only 250 credits, you can look like this. Buy it, please. Just go ahead and buy it. But taking the number 7 spot and coming from the first Winter Wonderland event, we got a skin that depicts Reaper's cold-hearted nature in the form of Shiver. Shiver Reaper is just straight up a sick design. Get it? Because like when you're sick, you shiver. I'll stop. You have the cool light blue undertones with a frost effect coming out of the skin. And you guys know I love me some anime skins. And for an epic skin back in 2016, oh, this definitely took the cake and had all the broke boys foaming at the mouth because, well, this is dope, man. Yeah, it's not the most like, whoa, like out there design for Reaper when you had something like Nevermore or Mariachi at the time. But I mean, for only 750 credits, now 250 credits, you can have a pretty unique skin design, not just for Overwatch, but just for all video games. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when you have a depressed hero like Reaper, how can you make him even more depressed? By giving him a skin inspired from a depressed author from the book The Raven titled Nevermore! Nevermore is one of the best space legendary skins from the original release of Overwatch. Inspired from the book The Raven from the author Edgar Allan Poe, we have two depressed boys that just want to die together but don't. Why? I don't know, but the skin design, it's just so beautiful. Of course, you have the Raven inspired design with the purple hood and coat with the Raven mask, and then the eyes are just like this glowing purple effect. But then the guns, like I said for Plague Doctor, instead of having bone skulls, we have Raven skulls with the same purple eyes. And then with the gold cam, like, I love the skin. Also, whenever you shadow step with Nevermore, there's crows that come out of it too, which is something that I feel like Blizzard has lost over the time, making special effects for specific design skins. Like, there are a few, but none that are truly built like Nevermore. But now, cracking into the top 5, we got Reaper's pretty much only fun skin with Biker. I love Biker Reaper because it keeps all the cool elements of Reaper, you know, his bone face mask with the skull, but also the dual-wield shotguns, but it has like a fun aesthetic to it. And this is something that I wish Blizzard would do more, is do the complete opposite of what Reaper is known for. Kind of like how they did with Roadhog, where they gave him Pachamari's skin. I wish they would do some sort of like pink flirly dress or a Catboy skin for Reaper, because I mean, he's all about death and dying and killing things. But with Biker Reaper, he's just all about having fun in the sun. But I also think that's why Blizzard doesn't do a lot of fun designs, because they might fail when they could have just made another edgy skin and it still would have worked out a lot better. But Biker Reaper, I think, is a thing that we should see more in Overwatch too. But at number 4, we got a Reaper skin that would have been possibly top 3 had it not been for a different Halloween skin and possibly a better one. But Dracula Reaper, it's still really good. I mean, at the number 4 spot, you can't really complain. Normally, Reaper would have a hood where it covers the top of the head, but he also would just have a bone mask covering his face. But here, you have the whole entire head having this skull-like structure. But I think that design choice was just due to the fact that Dracula never wore a hood in the movies. But what he did wear was this iconic cape, and we got here Dracula with an all-black outer design with skulls that look like the Reaper skulls on his side, but then the satin red on the inside. Like, oh, the skin is so fancy. And then the guns. Like, I feel like the guns are what really separate good Reaper skins from amazing Reaper skins. But you have the glowing eyes on the side, and then you have the Dracula like bat wings that are on like the reload things that he never ever uses. I don't know why that's there, but the guns, the skin, everything about this is just straight up perfect. But then on top of that, with the coffin highlight intro, like, you gotta rock the coffin highlight intro with Dracula or the other Halloween skin, which is not gonna be at the number 3 spot because it's a whole lot better. But what is at number 3 is Rat King Reaper. I love this. It's all in the details, baby. This is one of the most detailed Reaper skins of all time. Now, of course, this came from the Winter Wonderland event, and a lot of people expected Junkrat to receive the Rat King skin because, well, Junkrat, he is the king of the rats. Why wouldn't he get it? So when I heard that Reaper was getting the Rat King skin, I was thinking on paper, this is gonna be a terrible skin. But in execution, I mean, when you have a cool hero like Reaper to begin with, it's not hard to design a cool skin around. Even if it would have been more fitting for Junkrat, it's still cool here because you have the rat mask replacing his Grim Reaper mask with the cute little ears, and it's like a little wood grain effect, but then the red eyes coming out with a little bit of fog too, the crown, and then the royalty dress. Ooh, the boy be dripping. But just like Nevermore and Plague Doctor, you have rat skulls replacing the top of his gun and also the spine. Like, Like the spine runs across the top of the gun. Like that's so cool, but kind of weird if you think about it. Like he's taking animal skulls and putting it on the gun. I don't know, but Rat King, it's a beautiful, elegant, but also very intense skin for him, and that's why I love it. Like Reaper needs more skins like this that is very fitting for the character, someone that is dead, but also is very lively at the same time, with the colors, with the animation, with the gun designs, just everything. Now, as the runner-up for the best Reaper skin, a lot of edgelords are gonna be upset that I put Lubu at the number 2 spot, but the only reason why it's not number 1 is that it wasn't the first Reaper skin. It doesn't have that classic factor. Now, Lubu Reaper, it's perfect, like a 98% on a math test. Hey, that's a good scoring, but it's still not perfect. But what makes this skin perfect, once again, you got a color palette with red and black. You can never go wrong with that. But what I really like most about it, other than just like this cool design, is the feathers. You have red feathers coming from the mask that are dissipating with the shadowy fog effect that Reaper is always known for. I wish Blizzard would play more around with that effect when it comes to Reaper skins because, well, that's iconic for him. Now, as long as it's not distracting from like an in-game function, like if I think that he's actually shadow stepping or teleporting, then I want more of that in Overwatch because that would make a cool and unique Reaper skins, well, unique to him. The guns are sick, the rest of the clothes are dope to play around that red and black color palette, like with the feathers around his arms as well. Plus the mask, while it's not the classic bone marrow skull mask, you still kind of have that with like this like Y effect, but it's like an imperial helmet that a lot of like Chinese generals would wear way back in the day, which is where the skin was inspired from with the lunar event. Again, Lubu Reaper is just one of those skins that everybody loves. If you don't love it, it's maybe because you have a favorite for a different skin, which is kind of why the number 1 skin is where it's at. Hot gamer boys and e-girls everywhere, depressed kings and lonely queens out there alike, claiming the number 1 spot for the best Reaper skin coming out in the first Halloween event, still after 5 years later being the best Reaper skin, is Pumpkin Reaper. Pumpkin Reaper was really the first skin, in my personal opinion, to really set the bar for future Overwatch events. Because with the Summer Games event, it shared a lot of the same elements as a lot of original legendary skins, having one theme but just designed 2 colors around that theme. But with the first Halloween event, we got Witch Mercy, which is still a lot of Mercy main's favorite skin, Junkenstein's monster, but of course, Pumpkin Reaper. All of those heroes and their skins we can see in Junkenstein's Revenge, and I think it was really because of Junkenstein's Revenge, the first single set of legendary skins, but also just really sick skins that really made these skins some of the most classic ones that we'll see for years. Like when you look at Pumpkin Reaper, you know nobody else can rock the Headless Horseman pumpkin head ever in Overwatch because, well, nobody else can have like a cool jack-o'-lantern face while still looking like their original design. Where Reaper, it has his like face mask, but now just in a pumpkin. Plus with the fiery fuck coming out of his head, and then the guns too with the pumpkins on the side and the candles on top of it. Like you forget just how cool Reaper gun skins look, but also the fact that these are what you're gonna be looking at in game, not the skin itself. But it also helps that we almost have like a Dracula design, but with a pumpkin headless horseman turned into one single skin. Like it's so cool, man. I love this skin so much. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my list of all the best Reaper skins. Reaper skins are iconic. I love Reaper, and with the recent installment of his DUSK skin, I felt now was the most appropriate time to talk about what I think is one of the most uniquely, not only hero designs in Overwatch, but just hero skin designs in all of video games. I love Reaper. I love his edgy nature. I love how he always talks like this, but deep down inside, you know he just wants the hug. And he also wants more skins. So in Overwatch 2, Blizzard, please design more skins around my favorite edgelord. But until then, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, comment down below what your favorite Reaper skin is, and I'll see you in another ranking video. I love you guys, and bye.